A very happy 9th day of Elul, everyone, today for our daily Shofar Blast. You know, a couple weeks ago, I had the good fortune of being at the National Jewish Retreat. It was 4 or 5 days of heaven, being with the greatest Jewish speakers, rabbis, rebbitzins, inspirational characters from all over the world, about 1,000 other Jews, great hotel. But one of the highlights for me beyond the workshops was just how accessible all these speakers were, many of who I look up as mentors. And they're sitting there in the coffee room. You can sit down next to them at lunch, grab them at any point in time and just start schmoozing. And through the course of the year, that just isn't possible. You can't reach them via email, phone, but they were in such a relaxed state during this Jewish retreat. Everybody was accessible. And it gave me a great metaphor on a metaphor. You know, the month of Elul, we talk about God being Melech Basadeh. The king is in the field. It's a metaphor many people hear. But what many people don't understand is what the metaphor is out to accomplish. You know, the Kabbalah says that Elul has two opposites. On one hand, it is ordinary weekday days. Someone complained to me the other day, "Rabbi, you're talking so much about Elul, I don't feel nothing. There's no magic in the air." And I told them, you're absolutely right. The Kabbalah says during this time, it's not the same as a Rosh Hashanah or Yom Kippur, where a Jew feels compelled and inspired to show up and be there. Elul could be regular work days that just go by. But on the other hand, the Kabbalah says, if we make the effort, if we try, if we reach out on our own initiative, we will feel Hashem's presence in a way that is more accessible than the rest of the year. The same mitzvah that typically might be more robotic will feel soulful. The same Torah study will feel more inspirational. The Kabbalah gives this guarantee. God is more accessible. We will feel the connection if and only if we make the effort on our own initiative, even though it isn't that inspiring. That is what the Melech Basadeh, the king in the field metaphor, is out to accomplish. Throughout the year, in times of old, the king was not accessible. No one without a proper, months in advance invitation. And only the prominent ministers had the opportunity to see the king. But every now and then, the king would go out to meet the villagers, meet the peasants, go out to the field, and was accessible to everyone. Now, to be sure, I bet it wasn't as inspirational an experience as if you met the king in the palace. A good modern-day example would be when someone is on the campaign trail. They're accessible. They're hitting all those local spots in town. You can shake hands, you can hug them, they kiss babies. It ain't the same as being in the Oval Office. So the Kabbalah says Elul is a time when Hashem is accessible if we make the effort. And it goes beyond that. If we do make the effort and try to cultivate a relationship with Hashem, we will feel Hashem and we will be invited back into the king's chamber come Rosh Hashanah and come Yom Kippur. That's when the energy is in the air. The problem is, while many Jews feel compelled to show up on Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, they feel inspired, they also feel out of place. They feel uncomfortable. They walk into shul, don't feel they belong. Elul is the time to cultivate the relationship and feel close to God so that when Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur comes around, we have the best of both worlds. The power and the energy of the holy days and a feeling of closeness to Hashem. So today's Shofar Blast is with the understanding that in Elul we have to do the hard work ourselves. It's not going to overwhelm us, but if we do it, we are guaranteed to feel it more so than the rest of the year. So imagine your favorite mentor you had the opportunity to meet one-on-one outside of the coffee shop. What would you ask that individual? And now bring it back to Elul. You have the ability to cultivate a relationship and ask Hashem anything and everything, even if you don't feel the power today. You will know in your heart that this is about a relationship with Hashem. You will feel that connection more. What is it that you're going to ask God? as we plan for the year ahead.